Okay, so I'm going to keep going with the creatures in my Golgari build, getting ready for Guilds of Ravnica, or what I call Ravnica 3. Not sure that I care too much about Saprolings in this build, but I'll think about it. It's nice to have critters, and it's when this dies, and so it's a benefit when you sack it to Jarad. So that's not bad. Not bad at all, because it's got a sack benefit. Defending player discards a card. I think that's pretty good for a common for any card. Didn't really get to play this card much when it was in standard. It's a limited card. The scavenge cost is only 2 black. That's not terrible. And yeah, if your opponent has black, this thing is unblockable, and it's a 2/1. That's not terrible. Defender, tap it, opponent loses 2 life, and you get to see randomly one of the cards in their hand. Flyer, low 1, it's a 1/2, but it can become a 2/3 when you unleash from the pile of bad commons out of Dragon's Maze. Similar thing, except it hits harder, but it doesn't have flying. It's a limited card, of course. Saprolink strategy from Dominaria. For 4, you get a 1/1 token. Not fantastic. Defender, reach, can be regenerated. Not sure I would use it. Great card. Let me pick up the other cards. The other creatures left in my pile. Pretty good card. It's got haste. It's got a heavy scavenge cost. You're gonna put 3 +1/+1 counters from it though, and that's not terrible. Aggro card for limited, mostly. As long as it's attacking, you're dropping things in your graveyard. That's really nice. And then you can sack it, and you put a bunch of lands on the battlefield. I think that's really strong. I think that's really strong. I want to play it. Not sure I want to play this dude because I'm not in red and I don't have any of the enraged tricks. So all it would be a 4/4/5, which is nothing to laugh at. But I don't think I have any enraged tricks in this deck. I'm not playing auras to trigger the tokens for this guy, so I think this guy would not go in. This guy would probably go in because it's got Death Touch, and that's a really good stall strategy from the cycle of 10 2-color cards from M19, the commons. Which, by the way, if you buy the Deck Builders Toolkit, you get one of each of the whole cycle. That's really nice. I love that about that toolkit. I think I'm gonna probably pick up another one. Scavenge of 5 for a 2/2. Yeah, it's a great way to avoid getting hit by other things, and this thing dies. If it dies, you get a benefit. That's pretty good. Sometimes cards that have all creatures able to block this card do so don't really have a benefit when they land in the graveyard. So that's pretty good that this guy does. This is one of the limited cards. 7 for 3 is not great. It's just a limited card. Sack creatures, draw a card. I think that's great. In a sack creature deck, I think it's a natural in my opinion. Sack 2 creatures, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's amazing in my opinion in this deck, because you can drop some gigantic critter, and this is the way you're going to bring it back, sacking 2 I don't know, 2 Saproling tokens maybe. Maybe the Saproling tokens have a use. This guy has a humongous kicker cost, 6. So it would be a 7 black, black, black. But you got an army of 2/2 black zombie knight tokens. 8 of them. I have not triggered this yet. When I played this card in MTGO, I want to do it. The Chupacabra. That's really nice enter the battlefield ability. It's only a 4/2/2, but it can kill something really threatening. Gets pumped multiple times for 1 black. Not bad for a common. Flying, and it comes back when it dies. So you can get your sack trigger for Jarad. Sack, hit for 2 life, and this thing eventually comes back. That's not bad. Foil. Seeds your graveyard, which is really nice. And it's aggressive. It's a 4/1 from the pile of bad cards out of Dragon's Maze. Pretty good card. Doubles your tokens on your creatures when you're placing them on them. I mean, that's fantastic to have on the field when you're doing scavenge shenanigans. Death Touch, not bad, even though it's only a 4/2/2. But it's got a really low cost for scavenge. You play 3 and you get a 2 +1/+1 counters. Reach, not bad in a Golgari deck. You ain't gonna have that many flyers. You're dropping things in your graveyard, so you should be able to get a lot of +1/+1 counters out of this dude. And you can return it from the graveyard to your hand. I mean, this thing is a beast. Why wouldn't you want to put it in any deck? Nice natural ice stapled on it if somebody wants to block it. Part of the primordial cycle that's similar to the Titan cycle, that's similar to the other cycle that was in Kaladesh. Yeah, so you get the forests when you destroy target non-creature permanent. Of course, it's for each opponent, so Commander loves this thing. I would put it in, even though it's a 7-drop. It's still a 7/6/8 with reach. Not bad. Then the 1 black dinosaur, which is great. It's great in this deck. It's fantastic because you've got some dinosaurs got a benefit from in green cards, and you even have a nice card that wants to fetch from the 4 tribes of Ixalan. I'll show it later in the next video. And it's got Death Touch. And it's got this thing where you keep revealing it and putting counters on your opponent's. Is it permanent? No, creature. Creature. So you put a prey counter on target creature. That's really nice if your opponent's got a bunch of creatures. You keep showing this for 1, 3, 4 turns. And then when you drop it, boom, they're gone. Nice card. 9/3, man. A 9/3. That's beastly. And it's a legendary in case you want to play any historic shenanigans. Flyer, historic shenanigans. Player discards at random. Love it. Love this card. Dominaria's got so many really good cards that I want to continue playing. The scavenge cost, of course, is gigantic, but you are getting +5/+5 out of it. 7 for +5/+5 is only a common. It was meant for limited. Should have been a zombie pirate. And then the black primordial. Steal from other people's graveyards. Put all those creatures on the board for you. That's really powerful in Commander, in my opinion. Nice flyer. Scavenger cost is 4. You get 3. That's a good deal. It's a 6/3/3 flyer, but you're gonna probably sack it. I really had high hopes for this card when I was playing Rats with Pack Rat. When I was playing a bunch of Pack Rat decks, when this card came out, I was like, wow, this is great. It's a 5/3/3. I don't think this card is as good as it reads. At least it didn't turn out to be for me. Same here. Yeah. I mean, it's got some kind of destruction staple to it, but it's only in the -1/-1, and then this is a limited card that went nowhere and constructed. So I'm done with the creatures. In the next video, I'll go through the non-creatures.